Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. Today's vehicle is a 2019 Ford Ranger. I detailed this truck when it was brand new just a few months ago. It's back, it's dirty, so let's have a look around. So with spring finally making an appearance, it's the perfect time to get vehicles detailed. So all the dirt you're seeing on this truck has definitely been here a while and is mostly from the owner driving on gravel roads for work. So there's a healthy amount all over the whole truck, especially on the back end, and then the box is full of dust too. Now moving inside, and a lot of the dirt has been tracked in over the winter, so the floor mats are an absolute mess, and it's also clear the owner's dog spends a fair bit of time in the truck too, as there's dog hair covering nearly every surface. But just before we jump into the detail, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel. I post a new video like this every week, and make sure you've got the bell on too, so you actually get notified when those videos go live. Alright, well as you can see, our Canadian winter was pretty rough on this truck, but I'm excited to get started as it's finally warm enough to wash outside again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So like I mentioned in the last video, I'm doing ozone treatments before and after each detail, as the ozone has the ability to neutralize and kill any bacteria or viruses, along with remove odors, and I'm able to let the ozone dissipate for a few hours before I have to spend any time inside the truck. So like I said in the opening, this is the first detail of spring that I've been able to wash outside, and I have to say that it feels so incredibly good to be out here. It's kind of like when you've been sitting down for a really long time and finally get to stand and stretch your legs. I've been working entirely in the garage for the last 5.5 months, and with it being a balmy 5 degrees Celsius out, the shorts and flip-flops are on, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. Now one thing I always do when spraying out the box of a truck is to carefully tuck the pressure washer hose in between the box and the cab so it's not getting dragged all over the side of the truck and potentially scratching the paint. So in case you're curious, yes, this truck does have carpeted wheel well liners up front, which you'll see in a minute, but for the rear ones, spraying them out is obviously a lot easier. Although for whatever reason, Ford decided to put all kinds of dips and crevices in them, so you really have to watch where you're spraying to make sure you actually get them clean, because it would be incredibly easy to miss a spot or two. Now, like I said in the opening, I had the pleasure of detailing this truck back in November when it was only a month old, and although it never made it to the main channel, I did film the detail and made a real-time video over on the second channel, so if you guys are curious and haven't seen it yet, make sure you go check that out after this video. So like I mentioned earlier, the owner does a lot of driving out of town on gravel roads for work, and currently this truck has 29,000 kilometers or 18,000 miles on it, and he figures he drives about 4,200 kilometers a month for work, so it's really no surprise that the truck is as dirty as it is. Now with a newer vehicle like this, getting the underside sprayed off really well after winter is incredibly important, as it's guaranteed there is a pile of salt underneath there. So if any of you are curious as to where you can get one of these undercarriage sprayers, I have the link for you in the description. They have a standard 1/4 inch quick connect coupler on them and are very reasonably priced. Now to show my appreciation to all of you who have subscribed and who enjoy watching these videos, I'm doing a huge giveaway. So if you want to enter, head over to my website at detailgeekautocare/giveaway. Entries will be accepted until April 15th, 2020, and it's open to anyone. The website is the first link in the description, so make sure you guys head over there and get yourself entered. Now with the truck in the garage and drip drying for a few minutes, I'll tackle these dirty floor mats. And despite these mats only being a few months old, the front two have seen a pile of dirt and we're definitely starting to look worn already. So it's not something you might typically think about, but floor mats should be cleaned fairly regularly so you can keep them looking new and prevent them from discoloring or turning brown. Now it must be that spring feeling in the air that got Mike off the couch and out here to help me. And as usual, he's feeling the beat of the music we're listening to and basically just acting like a complete goof. Alright, turning to the inside now, and it's time to get started on vacuuming up all the dog hair in here. But I'll first go around with a detail brush to get any dirt or hair lifted out of the crevices or down in the cup holders and storage compartments. So after using the ultra soft brush on the more delicate plastics, I'll switch back to the boar's hair brush for the crevices where there's a bit of stuck on grime. And if you guys are in the market for some high quality detail brushes, be sure to check out the link in the description, as these brushes can make a huge difference in the quality of detail that you can do. If you guys like to detail your own vehicle, I would highly recommend picking some up. Now I have to say that after the Dodge Dart from the last video, I am very thankful that this truck has leather seats, so the hair is way easier to deal with, although there was quite a bit of it stuck in between the seat here that took a little bit of effort to get it all out. So like I've probably said before, I would always recommend quickly popping off the door sill plates before you start vacuuming, as you'll have far better access, but it also allows for easier cleaning of the sill plates themselves. Now unfortunately, the factory floor mats are poorly designed for this truck and offer zero coverage for underneath the pedals, so the carpet has taken a bit of a beating in a very short amount of time. But with just a little agitation, I was able to get the majority of that dirt lifted out of the carpet. Although if this were left much longer, it would have made getting it perfectly clean a lot more difficult. Now besides a small section underneath the driver's seat, this was the only area that needed to be extracted. And I know I've said this before, but with the owner not opting for carpet shampooing in what is still a new truck, I am going ahead and spending the 10 minutes to get this area cleaned up for him. Because to me, it's the little things like this that make an impact on people, and honestly, I just wouldn't be able to give the vehicle back without it being perfectly clean. Turning to the dirty door sill plates, and the easiest way to get these clean is to blast them with steam and APC. And if you guys have been watching these videos and thinking to yourself, man, that steamer looks like a ton of fun, I can assure you that you're absolutely correct. It's one of my favorite things to use, as it makes quick work of almost any dirt or grime, and it can be used nearly anywhere inside a vehicle or even around the house too. So if you're curious, I've got the link to the McCulloch MC1375 steamer that I use in the description, so make sure you check that out if you guys are interested. Now with this truck not being super dirty on the inside, I can pretty well get away with just doing an APC wipe down, making sure to quickly wipe off any APC residue with a dry microfiber towel when I'm done. And for any areas that need a little bit of agitation, like around the gear shifter or in the cup holders, I'll use a detail brush and APC to help loosen up any grime first. Alright, so with the leather clean and conditioned now, it's time to dress and UV protect the interior. And if you guys haven't picked up a bottle of 303 Aerospace Protectant yet to try on your own vehicle, you are seriously missing out. I see comments all the time from people who have seen how good it works in my videos and tried it for themselves, and they're absolutely thrilled with the results. It's by far my favorite product that I use. Now back in November when I detailed this truck the first time, I clayed the paint to make sure any rail dust or other surface bonded contaminants were removed prior to applying the sealant. And with this truck being white, it's pretty easy to spot any tar or iron contamination, so there was no need to clay this time. And I can get this paint protected again with some synthetic sealant that should last for about 6 months. Now, like I mentioned earlier, 303 is my favorite product to use on a vehicle, and I get pretty excited when I get to apply it to a tonneau cover because it makes them look absolutely incredible, and it's the only product that I would ever recommend that you use to keep your cover looking brand new. It's something I use on my personal truck and have been applying it to the tonneau cover since the day I bought it, and it still looks brand new. Now I decided to switch things up a bit and go with a glossier tire shine, so I'm using CarPro Pearl diluted roughly 2:1 and just making sure to quickly wipe off any overspray from the rims. And with the detail done now, I'm doing another ozone treatment on the truck just to be extra safe for the owner's protection. All right guys, and 8 hours later, I've got this Ford Ranger looking absolutely brand new again. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.